Welcome to Fuzz on the Mic, and here is your host, Steven Delasala.
Hey.
It's Steve, yeah.
Hi,
Right.
my name's Steve. I'm a big bitch.
All right, quiet on. Here we go.
Should we use that, or are we going to try to be more professional with our openings? Because I was going to try to be slightly more professional and actually say my name, but you did this time, so we'll go with that. The voice you heard there is Jason Levy. Say hi.
That was an homage to George Stuber.
And as we started this episode, we said no callbacks, and there we go.
All right, so we're already blowing it, and that was Mike Levy, our usual.
Yes, that is Mike Levy, and this is my voice. There's been a lot of discrepancy where a lot of fans who've been tuning in actually do not know the difference between my voice and my brother Jason Levy's voice. So here we're going to differentiate. Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi, I'm also Mike. But let me tell you something right now. You should know the difference. I sound more intellectual than Mike, and Mike just sounds like a dumbass. So anytime you hear a dumb response, it's Mike. It's
See,
not
that's
me.
the difference. Every time I explain it, I says the more idiotic one is Jason.
With us today are C Shelves Productions, Michael Laverty, Dominic Michello, and Ilya Chrysoulis. Say
What's
hi,
up?
everybody.
What's popping?
All right, so you guys together, I didn't say it wrong, are C Shelves Productions.
Correct.
You should definitely look these guys up. They're incredibly talented filmmakers from Staten Island. I think they are just like us. That's why we get along so well. I see ourselves in you,
agree.
and I don't know if that's more of a compliment for you or for us, because you guys are awesome at what you're doing, and everybody should check you out.
They do everything, too, ranging from short films to music videos to commercials to a ton of things on YouTube. And they're really, like Steve said, very, very talented. And actually, Steve, today I learned something. I learned each and every one of their last names. So that's really...
Did I say all of your names correctly?
The only one I really have I'm really complicated is Iliad's. That's the only one.
You said his name wrong already.
I said it
You
wrong
said his
already.
first name wrong. You couldn't even...
I couldn't even get there.
He said it was Iliad.
I said Ilya. It's Ilya, right?
Yeah, Ilya.
Okay.
Ilya.
Oh, Ilya. So there's like a little tilde. Ilya.
Now try to pronounce his last name.
No.
Wait, Steve, how did you say it?
I said Chrysoulis.
Yeah, that's
I
correct.
thought it was
That's
Chris.
right?
Yeah, Chrysoulis.
This whole time I thought it was Chrysalis.
Listen,
So
however
there's,
you want to say it.
internally, the seashells don't even know.
I call them
Unreal.
crispy treats.
Crispy treats.
Well, when we were shooting stream, I think we dubbed Iliad was my favorite one.
Fantastic nickname
Yeah,
that came out of that
definitely
movie.
My favorite for sure.
Well, for the audience
Fucking
members,
Elliot.
right, they might not know this. So the Seashelf guys actually worked with us on our next feature film, Stream. And they were there as not only production assistants, but they were the entire behind the scenes, and they really did an incredible job with interviews and, capturing the entire shooting process throughout the entire film. So I just want to say that you guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. And now that we're done kissing your ass,
Thanks,
About
Pop.
to say,
Thank you,
they
thank
all
you.
suck.
Thanks,
They're
Pop.
horrible filmmakers. We got to get some reality in here. Come on.
Thanks, boys. We
Thank you.
we
Appreciate
wouldn't
you.
be here without you boys.
Best
So-
experience ever.
well, we know it's our podcast
Obviously, you
studio.
wouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you, boys. Thank you, boys, for having us on. We're excited to be working with you guys, and we're excited for the rest of this journey. We know it's just getting started, so let's get into this podcast.
Well said.
I don't-
Yeah, take over the
I don't
hosting
want. I
duties,
don't know.
why
Want.
don't you?
I don't want. I'm waiting for Steve to.
I'm letting you finish.
He's sweating,
I'm letting you finish.
I'm
He's-
passing it over.
He's
This.
passing it over. All right. Well, you guys are a little younger than us. I'm not going to say how much younger, but a little younger. So we're going to stick to a few topics that I think you would know more about than us. Okay? Because there's a trend in this world that I really hate, and it's the usage of emojis. And I
Okay.
want to know what you guys think of these friggin' things.
They. What do you're saying? You're saying like general thoughts on them, like
Yeah,
big
we'll
good or
start there.
bad.
Are they good? Are they bad? Are they stupid? Are they, like what do they
Can we hear?
mean?
Can we hear what
Wh-
you have to say? So I have
hate
like
them.
an.
I hate them. I don't like using them. I won't use them. I don't think a grown-ass man should ever send an emoji to someone else.
You know what?
That's because Steve looks like an emoji.
I think-
Let me tell you something right now. I can't say much because I look a lot like Steve, but I'm better looking. But I was bald way before Steve. But let me tell you something right now.
Don't say you look a lot like me.
Okay.
Don't ever do that again.
Let me tell you something.
Let's
Okay.
never compare each other.
When we're using emojis, right? Yes, you don't really use them with your friends because it's not, you have a mutual understanding. But when you're going to talk and spit game to a woman or a female, hence why
Correct.
Steve doesn't have one of those yet, he doesn't use emojis, so the girl thinks he's from outer space.
Steve's texting
don't
is
know.
very
I
flat.
think it's
Steve's
very
texting
flat.
is very flat.
Very
I
flat.
definitely agree with you because
Emoji's spiking it up.
he's emoji-less. I can't say I send emojis to Steve, so I may sound flat as
don't
well back to him,
But
but
don't you think sending emojis just makes you like, I don't know, less serious?
I guess I mean
No,
I mean, maybe that's a good thing, right? Maybe it's good that it's kind of more playful, and I don't know. I don't use them much either, so I think this is
they're
a
like
great
their
topic.
own art form. People make sentences out of symbols. It's like hieroglyphics.
Oh, that's stupid.
What did I say that wrong?
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphic.
well,
Hieroglyphic.
nah, he's right. With like an egg,
Hieroglyphics.
like an
And it's ridiculous. Like we don't know how to use words anymore, even though we're using words more than ever.
right.
It's less formal. It's a less formal way of communicating, like what Mike was saying before. It makes you less serious. The emojis definitely depend on the person I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever send these two emojis ever. I actually don't
no,
ever.
that's incorrect.
I don't unless
pull
it's
up
like
the
an
text.
ironic emoji.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
I don't-
he's representing a penis with an eggplant or something
Well,
like
that's
that.
kind of where I was going to move into this next because I was going to say, so everyone here, Steve, have you ever sent an emoji ever in your life?
No.
No.
I
Wow.
beg.
So
differ.
if you were going to send
What do you
an
mean you
emoji-
beg differ? I've literally never
You
sent an
never
emoji.
send it. If I search your phone history, you
Never.
I know
once.
why
He has an
because he
Android,
has an
doesn't even
Android.
have
He doesn't have an
emojis.
iPhone, so he doesn't have anything to send.
Maybe he went to go to the screen and goes, oh, shit, I don't got one of those.
I got plenty of emojis. I refuse to use them.
It's because if he sends it to an iPhone user, they get a box with a question mark on it.
See, I knew I was opening myself up to a lot of shit bringing this topic up.
Steve
But
literally just a rave on
it's
Steve
true.
right now.
It's true. I've never sent an emoji. I've never even sent an LOL ever.
At LOL.
I've been doing them more recently, LOLs.
I won't do it. I just I hate it. I just won't do it. And I
about
tell
a
people
ha-ha?
that when I'm talking to them. No,
Show
First-
some emotion
Never.
while you're texting.
never.
This is what Steve did when a girl reads his text. We just, how you doing? Are you doing all right tonight? Oh yeah, okay.
That's how they read.
Bland,
Well,
disgusting.
that's
then
my-
you do it always. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Steve
That's
don't,
the
even,
emoji.
Steve don't even talk like that in real life.
No, he doesn't. In real life, he makes me cringe.
That's my question though, because Dom made a good point. He said he hasn't sent it to you guys, but are they like reserved for speaking to women and women who speak to whoever? Because girls, it's
You know,
different
if
for girls.
somebody sends me an emoji in the conversation, I'll match their energy and send an emoji back.
Right.
You know,
I
I'm
agree.
definitely a little intimidated when I text you, Steve, because I see the green bubble, and that's the most off-putting thing.
So you're scared. You're scared of my Android. You're scared of the fact
It's
that
all
my
those
phone
things
is
put together. So
more
lack of
capable than
emojis,
yours.
It's the green bubble. It's the flat texting.
It's Steve on the other end.
It's definitely situational. Like, I would text my girlfriend with emojis, right? But I don't text my friends often with emojis. I agree with that.
Is it
You
because
know?
you don't love your friends?
Nah,
You
yeah, it's
fucking
like-
asshole.
So here's kind of what I wanted to present to everybody in the group is since Steve's never used an emoji, but you have to answer the question, what do you think, if you were to use an emoji, would be your first or most used emoji? And what do you guys use, having used the emojis, which one do you guys use?
Oh, that's
Well, I
good.
could check. We could check.
I
It really
definitely
shows you.
think my most used emoji is the heart emoji. You know, anytime anybody gives me a compliment on social media, I'll send a heart emoji
Oh,
back.
you're an emoji
you know,
whore. That's
it's
what
just it's the heart
I know
emoji.
you
It's the
are.
red heart. I don't
You're
get
the
crazy
guy
with
that
the
throws
colors. I
out.
don't
Yeah,
use
I do the
anyone
same thing.
besides the red
Don't
one.
you think it's so much more meaningful if you send back words? Like if I'll send you back an actual sentence with I have to think about it and like come up with what I'm going to say. It's not just a generic, yep, heart, great,
yeah,
done.
but people,
like I mean
people
what
don't,
I'm saying.
People don't give a shit anymore.
It's all about
You know,
image.
they
Well,
just
Steve.
wanna see
Well,
something
here's the thing: is
quick, I
Steve
guess.
actually, you should
I get what
resonate
you're
with this
saying,
most
Dom.
because you're a very visual person. You're a director of photography. You're a DP, a cinematographer in the film world, and you know that pictures are 1,000 words. So maybe that one emoji that you send there,
but they're
might
the
be
same
That is
picture.
so
And
smart.
for a guy like me
When
that
it's the
doesn't want to
same
come
picture
up with
over and
all
over
those
again.
words, I can send an emoji and I don't have
Right.
to do a goddamn
I get it.
thing.
You don't
Right.
know any words. I
That's
get it.
great.
That's the difference.
And that's phenomenal because now the emojis opens up a whole different type of dictionary for me.
I get
that I
what-
don't even know that existed.
I do get what you're saying, Steve. Though.
Okay.
For the younger generation,
There's
at
less
least.
emotion
like,
in the
like,
emoji.
Okay,
It's
I know
actually-
we're younger, but like for the people who are like 10 years younger than us, they
They're using it
can't.
more.
They're probably using it more, and they're not
more.
as, I guess,
Well versed.
used to writing with words, and they're used to writing with emojis.
We used to have to
So-
actually speak to each other.
right.
Words.
Yeah.
And then the
But
texting changed.
When we
it,
were
and
cavemen, there were hieroglyphics on the wall.
Hieroglyphics.
So they did
Hieroglyphics.
use whatever it is, hieroglyphics,
Shapes.
hieroglyphics, I don't care, Gryffindors. but
Structures.
We used symbols to communicate.
Symbols.
That's actually smart. That's the smartest thing I've ever said on this show.
Jason's gonna
But what's-
highlight.
but
I'm
what's-
highlighting this.
Okay,
Put this
it's
in
the
highlights.
smartest thing you ever said because what is your point in
The
saying that
point
we
is
used to
that
use
we
them?
went back to the roots. This thing, right? Our way
You
of
got a point.
communicating is always just going back to certain things. Just like in movies, when you go back and you say, "Okay, I did this joke," but it always reverses. Or when you do a
Right.
horror film,
everything
it
is
goes
encyclical?
to it goes yes, it goes to slashers, then it goes
Right.
to vampires, and it goes to goblins, then it goes to
Yeah.
ghosts, and then it goes right back to where it belongs. That's exactly how it starts with the emojis.
Right. So what you're really saying is actually in line with what I said earlier. Difference is you're making out to be a good thing when I actually think it's a bad thing. So yes, it's all cyclical, but that means we're actually going backwards as a society. That's a deeper point I'm making, that all this technology is supposed to advance us, and in a lot of ways it's doing the exact opposite. So whether you feel like a girl sending an emoji or somehow don't, then I guess more power to you if you don't, but either way, everyone can interpret these things differently, which is a little scary. You're just sending ambiguous symbols out there and people can make of them whatever they want. But beyond that, I'm curious how you'd react if someone uses one of the old school emojis, like the beginning of emojis, when it was just like a semicolon and a parentheses. If you see that, are you like, oh, this guy's really weird? Is that worse than not using them?
No, in my opinion, if somebody texts me using those, that means they're like OG texters.
I
Yeah, I
agree.
use those.
I use
You know what
those
I'm
as well.
saying?
I use them
I
as
use
well.
like the lower, the greater than sign, the
Yeah.
less
That's
than
like-
sign,
yeah,
and
if-
the 3 to make a heart.
a heart. Yeah.
More
have,
than
like,
I'll send the heart
AOL.
emoji. Yeah.
You know what it is? It's like you're in the master class of emojis, all right? You graduated from that years ago, before it
Right.
was even a thing. And now you're bringing them all out, and people think of you as knowledgeable. That's what I think.
So it's a good thing. It's not just showing you're
No,
old.
that's definitely a good thing.
It's
In
more
my
I
like
think
opinion.
you're
it's
like
okay.
a sage.
I mean, but
You're
depends
going out
who
of
you
your way to
are.
make it. You're going out of your way to make it.
No, but I think
Right.
it depends who you are, right? What if I'm getting this from a person I know is in their 60s or 70s? Actually, you know what? I think that the people in their 60s or 70s are probably using emojis more because they're trying to be hip and they're trying to be
Yeah.
cool. I know my mother uses it all the time, and I kind of giggle at it. and I
She sends you
move on.
eggplants.
Nah, my grandma can't even use
What do
her
you
phone.
say?
She sends you eggplants.
She sends
She
you
sends me-
eggplants?
Yeah.
She's like my grocery list, and you're like, "What are you sending me eggplants?"
Right, she sends me
It's
the
just
pic-
peaches and
pick up
eggplants?
the-
She's sending you fat
pick up
asses
the
and
eggplant,
penises.
I'm sitting here saying, "Whoa, hey now."
Let me ask you a question now. You all have girlfriends, right? Right?
don't.
And- no, you
I
don't.
don't.
You and Steve are the only guys? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Single
Let the
dudes.
everyone who
world
has
be
girlfriends.
known that me and Dom.
You
We
and
don't
Dom
have one.
looking.
We got multiple.
You got
right,
multiple.
Steve?
Good. So
Sure.
when you send a girl, right, a card from Hallmark, or do you send a girl a card that you made yourself? What is more impactful?
I
One you
mean,
made yourself, or the
self-made.
one you picked up at the store?
Probably the
Self-made.
one you made yourself.
Okay, same applies for emojis, my
Yeah.
friends. You made the emoji
Self-made
yourself.
Was
the
it
happy.
was that hard to make a friggin'
You
smiley
went out of your
face?
way to make that smiley face. You didn't just click it. You put
It
the
seems
fucking
more
parentheses
genuine.
on it.
Okay.
It means a lot more.
All right, all right.
I agree, Jason. I definitely think Hallmark cards, homemade cards, are more valuable than Hallmark cards. That's why I think words are more valuable than emojis, not different types of emojis. So that's my consensus on the topic. And at that, I think we can move on to another episode. That's all for today.
And I think this is a good way to wrap it out right now and kind of put this in the court of our women listeners. Do you prefer an emoji and a symbol to kind of hear what your man is expressing, or do you prefer the words and them to kind of type it out and to express themselves in a more lengthy manner?
Yeah, or do you think they're less of a man for using them? Like I
Right,
feel
and that's
like?
right. So, yeah, let us know, please, on all of our social medias.
Thank you for watching Fuzz on the Mic this week. We'll be back again very soon with more thought-provoking topics with Steve Delasala, Jason Levy, and Michael Levy. Stay tuned.
That was fucking glorious. I can take over this guy from ESPN. No fucking problem.